What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Ethereum and see what we're doing on the charts on the weekly time frame and how we're pretty much doing the exact same thing that we did in 2017. And we're going to take a look at, is it possible that we could repeat what happened after 2017, right? So we're gonna get onto this chart comparing obviously our current market to the 2017 market in just a second. But I first just wanted to take a look at the macro structure for Ethereum, and just to let you guys know that there's really not much to be worrying about just yet here for Ethereum, right? You guys can see, I mean, we pretty much have this big box of support on the weekly time frame. Now, as of right now, right, obviously we know a lot can change over the course of a weekend, right? Crypto is very, very volatile over the weekend. But as of right now, this weekly candle is holding this box of support, right? And we're also actually right above our previous resistance points. We had previous resistance right here in the weekly, and we're currently holding that as support right now. And really this whole box right here of this green box is really all support here on the weekly time frame for Ethereum. So as long as we hold above that, we are good to freaking go and hopefully get that bounce that we're looking for here over the next couple weeks. Now, it is certainly possible that we could go a little bit lower here, right? As we know, Ethereum does tend to follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin has one more dip in it, right, it's possible that Ethereum could come back down and actually test its 10 and 20 week SMAs on the weekly, or the simple moving averages on the weekly, right? Right now, those sit at about 2,800 and about 2,900 at the current moment. So it is possible that Ethereum could get one more dip and retest these before bouncing back up. And I'm going to show you guys exactly why on the comparison to the 2017 bull market that is very, very similar. But if we actually look at what Ethereum tends to do with these moving averages, is every time we usually have a dip, we usually come back down to the 10 and 20. Right? You can see all throughout here in 2020, every single time we got a little bit too far overextended from these moving averages, we came back down and tested those as support, right? You can see all throughout here, every single time we got a little bit too overextended, we came back down and tested as support until we broke below it, confirmed it as resistance, and then had a nice W reversal back up to the upside, which is pretty beautiful in its own right. And you can also look at the 2017. It was very, very similar. Every single dip came back down to these moving averages before continuing up. Now, one thing I did want to note here with these moving averages, guys, is we did not break, right? So on any of the dead cat bounces that we had in 2018, and why I think this time is a little bit different, on all the dead cat bounces in 2018, Ethereum could never gap back over both moving averages like it has in this run up here over the course of the next couple weeks. You look in 2018, on this pump, we could not get back over the 10 moving average. We could not go back over the 20, and it was just constantly rejected all the way down into our bear market. So you can see we never crossed back above. But what's a little bit different in this one is we did get back above, right? So just because we're a little bit overextended, I think it's likely that it is possible that we could at least wick down to retest the 10 and 20 moving averages at about 28 to 2,900 in the short term, bearing Bitcoin has a pullback. If Bitcoin doesn't have a pullback, this is also a good box of support for Ethereum to bounce back over. Now, what we came to the video for, okay? Let's compare this current consolidation that we've been having for Ethereum, really a big up and or up down up movement, just like we did over here in 2017, right? So you can see what we did in 2017 around the same time frame, which I thought was pretty interesting as well. So this happened between about June and November, right? June and November. What is Ethereum doing now? Well, this has been happening a little bit of a month before, right? So May so far up until September now, right? What did Ethereum do? Well, if we actually zoom in here real quick in 2017, what we did halfway through the bull market was do the same exact thing. We had a top, right? We had a big pullback, right? How much was the pullback exactly? Well, it was about a 67% pullback. Maybe we can add 2 on there to be a little funny. But and then what did we do? Well, we bounced back up and had a double top, right? So A lot of people were probably saying at the time, I wasn't too invested in the crypto space back then. I was more of a noob investor. But a lot of people were probably saying double top, double top, double top, just like people are probably saying now. What did Ethereum do from there? Well, it actually came back down and retested its previous resistance as support and then sort of consolidated, right? It sort of consolidated for approximately about about 9 weeks before then breaking that high and going on to do about a 270% gain to the upside, right? So you guys see what we did, right? Double top, took a little while for us to get back into our all-time highs. What are we doing now, right? Well, we did a pretty similar thing. We came back up, got rejected, right, as one high, came back down, right, made a local high here, came back down again, made a double top, right, on the weekly closes, right, perfect double top on the weekly close. We've now came back down, right, retested our previous local high as support, right, and what we did in 2017, you guys see, we did have 1 week where we actually came back down and wicked, right, below that support level, right, our previous resistance to support. So an intra-week, it is possible that we could have a quick wick below that previous high, right? So, all right, as of right now, we are holding this previous resistance as support. But like we said, guys, it is possible that Bitcoin could have one more dip and Ethereum could drop to maybe the $2,800 to $2,900 range, somewhere in this range before bouncing, just like we did in the previous time here. Okay, now I also have it overlaid here so we can see it a little bit cleaner. You guys can kind of see, overlaid what they look like. I did not change any of this at all, but you can see here if we overlay them, okay, playing relatively the same, right? Playing relatively the same. I can't get it to snap perfectly, but you guys get the general point there, right? A double top consolidation. It is possible, right? Based off last time, maybe we can consolidate for a month or two. Right? Maybe we consolidate for a month or two until maybe, the end of, middle to end of October before breaking that highs again. It's always a possibility. That's what we did last time. Now, we can't really say if it's going to play out the same as last time. That would kind of fit the extended cycle theory, like Ben Cowan likes to say. But that's sort of what I'm looking at here. It may be something similar playing out as a little bit consolidation or above our previous resistance, and then we sort of go again with the possibility of going a little bit lower to the $2,800 to $2,900 range. All right, so that's that. The other thing I want to look at is the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. This still looks really bullish for Ethereum. Obviously, we know, guys, we broke this big resistance here. We obviously broke out of our little bull flag consolidation on the daily, came back down to test. Right? What did we have done recently? Had a nice pump up to the upside last week. This week we came back down, retested our previous highs as support, and hopefully we can bounce from there and continue up. I'm still expecting, the 0.10 level to be hit for Ethereum at some point, which would be approximately about a 43% gain against Bitcoin. I am expecting that to happen at some point here. It might take a couple weeks to a couple months for that to happen, but I do think at some point we'll see a massive gain on the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, really just since 2018, having a massive gain on Ethereum against Bitcoin. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you smack that like button for the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already, and go follow me on Twitter at Jordan Camerant on Twitter. I'll catch you guys later. As always, peace.